It's not, because one thing that people don't understand is it will not be a $50 trillion Bitcoin world. Bitcoin might be 10 trillion. Well, there's going to be 40 or 90 trillion of value created somewhere else.
Welcome back to the channel. Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros here, and in today's clip, we're going to be checking out a recent interview with Raoul and Tushar Jain, some highlights from their interview. Tushar is the co-founder and managing partner of Multicoin Capital. And in today's clip, they're going to be talking about Bitcoin and Solana, why you should be ignoring this dip and holding through the volatility. Do not get scared when Bitcoin goes down like this and the rest of the crypto market sells off. It's a great time to actually pick up more BTC or other cryptos that you're interested in. And they also talk about the upcoming power of NFTs and meme coins and how that could potentially shape up in the future, along with a lot of other information. So make sure to check this one out until the end, and make sure to like and subscribe every time you guys do that. It pushes the video out to new people, and they may not have heard of Bitcoin or crypto before, so we can get new people coming into the industry. So make sure to do that, guys. Watch this one to the end. A lot of useful information. Let's go ahead and play the clip here.
And that's what hedge funds can do, because that's a hard job. You need to be super focused to think, where is the really big value accrual? Like you did with Solana. Classic example is you see something really early stage, and the value accrual has been vast from that, and it's not over. And that's what I think the bigger opportunity. If people zoom out, stop worrying about the cycles as much, and just think, how do I capture that trend? Because I think that is the largest, fastest accumulation of wealth in all human history, if that plays out.
100% agreed. And I agree with your ratios as well, because the analogy I would draw is, let's look at, traditional markets. Gold is what percentage of total wealth? Right, it's a small minority of total wealth. Actually, most global wealth is in global equities and real estate and other real productive assets. Yes, we do need financial assets in order to make the economy function, but financial assets should always be a minority compared to actual productive assets. And to me, Bitcoin is going to be enormously valuable. Is already enormously valuable. I think it's going to be far more valuable than it is today. But to me, that is a financial asset. Bitcoin is not a productive asset. You can't do stuff with it. It doesn't generate cash flows. It doesn't have a business model behind it. It's just an asset. Whereas when I look at something like a Solana or a Helium or some of these other projects in which we're investors, these are productive assets. They are businesses that deliver a product that consumers are willing to pay for. And, they're just a new way of building that business. It's not an LLC somewhere. And I think that that's going to be a much bigger part of total market cap looking a decade out than the non-productive assets.
Yeah, I kind of think if we're building a parallel financial system, is probably too small an expression for what we're building. But let's call it the future of the internet, the future of money and value and all of that. Then it cannot be that the collateral of the system is the most valuable thing. It might be valuable in terms of you need it, but it can't be valued more than the system. If not, you don't have a system. You in fact probably have the apocalypse. And it's kind of, there's a health ratio here where you need, as you say, these productive assets to be worth significantly more than the collateral of a system. If not, just nothing works.
Like, I think a barbell of Bitcoin and Sol is the most effective portfolio construction, because you get the best of breed of both, right? Bitcoin is your bellwether asset. It's the asset that's maximally decentralized. It's the asset that's most widely distributed, and nothing will ever change about Bitcoin. And then Sol is the extremely high performance asset that wants to be the base layer for all of the other stuff and isn't compromising that vision in order to try to compete with Bitcoin. It says, let Bitcoin be Bitcoin, and we're going to go build a decentralized computer. And ETH is kind of stuck in the middle. I think ETH has been outsourcing a lot of its value capture to its L2s, because they're the ones who are actually doing the execution on all of the transactions that are happening. And I think that's the actually valuable part, is coordinating state. I don't think the valuable part is the data availability layer or the settlement layer. I don't even know what that actually means. So I think simplicity is key. And that's why I like Bitcoin and Sol as kind of the barbell of the top, big assets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, although I'm almost 100% Sol still currently. But so you and I both bought Bitcoin early days, and I don't know whether you sold yours out, whatever. But let's set this idea of you give people some, and then you give them a second bite of the cherry later, is really interesting, because if it does go up in value, they kind of have this "I'm never going to sell that again" concept. Really behavioral. Because if you got given like $100 and now suddenly it's worth $1,000, and then you get your second distribution, you're like, oh, but this could be worth $1 million. You'll never sell it.
This is what helped Bitcoin, is all of those early Bitcoiners who sold, and then they saw the number, increase so dramatically beyond their wildest dreams, and now they buy and they're like, I will never, ever, ever sell any of this ever again. Right? And you saw the same thing with the Ethereum group and the DeFi group and the Solana group, right? Like, you have to see that it's almost like the human regret powers the holding ability of those people, of that community in the future. Like, how much regret has this asset caused?
I think it makes sense, because you see the same with Amazon, you see it with Microsoft, you see, anybody who ever sold that stock has been proven out to be dumb and a terrible investor, because really all you had to do was hold it. That's why Bill Gates and Bezos and whatever are the richest people in the world, because they never sold their stock, or not until much later. My view of the largest trap value on earth is brand and culture. That's where I think the really big unlocks. What is Disney as a tokenized entity worth? If you have, tokens as part of its component parts, NFTs, what is that? What are these things when you tokenize culture and brand, which can't be done via equity under classic accounting? You can actually value these things. And we've seen a few people move this forward. It's not there yet, still too early, but I think there's trillions of dollars to come out of that.
I think that's what the meme coins are going to build towards. I think it's going to be a really weird journey. I think there's going to be lots of really strange things that happen between now and there. But meme coins to me are tokenized culture. Because what is meme coin speculation today? It's a Keynesian beauty contest. It's predicting, what do you think other people will like? It's predicting culture.
Yeah, and predicting attention.
Exactly. And now, how exactly will this interplay from, like the pump.fun meme coins to a tokenized Disney? I don't actually know how we connect those dots yet. But, in the words of Steve Jobs, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. It's really impossible to connect them looking forward.